First up, before the video starts, I would like to thank all of you for 1,000 subscribers. It means so much to me, and I really honestly appreciate it. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting, so long for this, and I really honestly do appreciate it. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I have a 1,000 subscriber montage in the works right now. I just got to do some things, finalize it, make it really awesome for you guys to watch. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Hello there, everybody. I'm the man that called Doom, and welcome back to another episode of Battle Talk. Today we're talking about Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline was a very interesting take on the Battlefield franchise. Instead of being based in reality in a military type setting, it more focused on a type of fictional cop and robbers type base. Instead of militaries, infantries, and Russians, you more went for cops and robbers. The cops being the FBI and the thieves and all the bandits, to switching off sides for different types of game modes, still remaining conquest, but also having game modes like Hotwire, Heist, and some other cool game modes, which all battle within the cops and robbers type deal, which all summarize into one game, into one name, Hardline. I often refer Battlefield Hardline as the Call of Duty ghost of the Battlefield franchise. Why is that? Well, reason being is that the reason why Battlefield Hardline is so uncritically received by the fan is generally the overall setting, taking away from the basic military setting that we're all used to and going for more cops and robbers type feel. It really would change the game, and I feel it really held the game back, because honestly I feel like if it wasn't having the Battlefield name onto it, it could have been its own separate IP by EA and DICE. It would have been really cool to see a kind of string of titles in this game not being restricted to having the name of Battlefield tied onto it, because it really could have expanded it and expanded EA and DICE's branding to a whole having another game that saying, hey, we don't just make Battlefield. By the way, if you never played Battlefield Hardline, you are a lead detective going against, stuff like Miami drug cartels. You can interrogate suspects, find other kinds of evidence, conspiracies and stuff like that. And you also have this partner that tags along with you, Kai, and also you have this sort of mentor, so to say, that practically follow you and helps you kind of through the entire game, which you're trying to make it kind of an example, trying to kind of lead the way for the MPD, which is the Miami Police Department. And I haven't played enough of the story to give a full opinion on it. I played at least through half of it. It's actually, it's alright. It's something to write home about, but it only is an interesting idea in theory. But like I said before, and many people said, the Hardline name is good, but the fact that it has Battlefield tied into it really what holds it back. The story of it is honestly really bad, because it practically takes all the cliche concepts in a cop drama and really rolls it into one, and it's not really interesting to watch. And the fact that it also tries to do a Netflix type thing with the next episodes, which I believe if they try to go for a more Battlefield 4 aesthetic, if they wanted to make it a Battlefield game, really making it and not trying to piggyback off of something else really could have helped the game, and also maybe refining the story a bit so that things don't seem so repetitive, just because you really are doing a lot of the same stuff there in the story, and I really did not enjoy that. The fact that, when you play the game, you do the same interrogations, the people make the same noise, doing the same practically lame missions throughout the entirety of the game. No, I haven't played the entirety of the game. I have played through at least the middle or a little bit more than half. Can really be straining, and really doesn't really want to make you play it anymore. You just get sick of it over a certain amount of time, but it's the story. Not a lot of people worry themselves with it. Much like Battlefield 3 and other Battlefield games prior, the two different teams have their own types of weapons. The cops having more military style, weapons like that, like M16s and UMPs and stuff like that, which the robbers having, stuff like a Uzi, a Mac-10 and stuff like that. And it really kind of is a drop from Battlefield 4, where you can, all the weapons are rounded together, like at Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4, where, they have combined the weapons instead of having two separate ones, which in this case for Battlefield Hardline it does make sense, because the military style weapons are more belonging to the SWAT, or the officers, and the more kind of gang style weapons, yeah, do fit well with the thieves, like an Uzi or Mac-10 and shit like that, which some of it's well fitting. But I don't know why they bothered doing that separation with the sniper rifles. Some of these sniper rifles, I don't even know how gangsters like that could get their even hands on those, but they're all kinds of ways, so I don't know. Personally, I feel like some of the weapons are a bit too strenuous for their own classes, like an M45, which is like a M40 type of deal, and stuff like, personally, the AMW or the AWM sniper rifle fits more fittingly with the scout, officer, police, military guys instead of the gangsters, which I don't know why they would bother putting in that class, but hell, what are you gonna do about that? Of course, they all have their own individual types of gear as well. Actually, they don't. Some of them are just swapped out for different types of tools, like for example with the medic, or should I say the assault guy sort of thing, which, you know, my fucking in my last Battle Talk video I talked about differences, but for some reason we're covering Hardline already. But you know, we're making progress. So that one with the officers, that one they actually have actual defibrillators, but with the thieves and the bandits they have some weird like syringe thing. I don't know what it is. It's like some weird needle thing, and they poke into them and then, you know, they just get revived. And practically most of it's just still the same. Like, well, the only difference is for the, I believe, the engineer, when you have the grenade launcher, it's a actual M243 or M240 grenade launcher for the officers, but for the thieves it's more like a thumper or M43 thumper or whatever it's called. And it's actually kind of cool they made those little tweaks and changes, but sometimes the thumper is a lot better than the M243 or whatever it's called, I don't remember. And I feel like it really could have done well if they at least had the option, if they wanted to, more round out some of these weapons and make some of them that fit. Well, there are weapons that, you know, share two sides, you know, and those sorts of types of weapons. There's also a Springfield weapon from World War II in there, which shares both for these scouts, and also there's really cool class specific weapons like the AK, the P90, and also sorts of those things. I actually really like the P90. It's my fucking favorite weapon in the game. And there's stuff like MP7s, which are also by class. I don't know too. They're not just class specific weapons a lot of the time. I believe even the FAMAS. But it really helps out to see that they actually put time into combining these two weapons into certain types of categories. And also there's the aspect that it does make sense that some weapons these thieves will have and some weapons that these police officer men will have. So it does really make sense in that sense, but honestly I would have much preferred if they had it the more Battlefield 4 style and Battlefield 1 style, where all the weapons are just combined together. Personally, I really enjoy Battlefield Hardline. It's a really interesting game and take on the Battlefield franchise. But like I said multiple times inside this video, the whole having Battlefield attached to the Hardline name has really held it back, because honestly, the major reviewers, stuff like IGN and old men who even play video games, gave it a 8 out of 10, when more the fan base gave it a critical response and really disliked the game. A lot of people that I know won't even touch that game. I have friends who have it, they said they fucking destroyed it. I'm not lying by that, by the way. And personally, I really like to see if they kind of come back to this concept, but maybe in a better way without having it being Battlefield. And I really would like to see what they can do with the interesting take with having their own style of Battlefield games, with it not even being Battlefield, just having the name Hardline or Hardline 2, which is removing the whole Battlefield name could really do wonders. But I feel like at the start, even with the first Battlefield game, with the first Battlefield Hardline, if they would have a sequel, they should have just had, let's call it just Hardline, and it probably would have done just as well on its own. Just change up a few base things to not make it feel like Battlefield the game, and they really could have shifted it around, and maybe it would have been more critically received better by the fans, because a lot of the fans don't like the game. You go on forums and posts like that, you see people complaining about Hardline, and even to this day, the most popular game mode in Battlefield Hardline is Team Deathmatch. You can go to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, which are older, you can still play a game of Conquest. But with this, it's just like a lot of new people come to Battlefield Hardline, they go and play TDM because they're more familiar with that, because they either came from Call of Duty or just don't want to bother playing games like Heist, Hotwire, or even Conquest, which I do see some of them getting tiring after that. But honestly, I would give Hardline maybe a 6 average. I'd give Battlefield a 6 out of 10, why not? Just because I enjoy the game, mostly the multiplayer aspect of it. I don't really like the campaign. I play like I said, about a little bit more than half of it, didn't enjoy it that much. It was a little fun at the first, but honestly this gets tiring with the same repetitive stuff like how I'm doing right now. But anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this return to the series that you probably thought I forgot about, like some other series. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm the man that called Doom. You can find me on Twitter and or Twitch, which those will be linked in the description down below. Don't search up the man that called Doom on Twitch. You'll find 2 other ones which I fucked up and forgot the password to, and the real one is in the description. And you know, follow my Twitter. I do stuff on there sometimes. You know, I talk shit to people and try to make friends. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.
You're not